Okay, let's dive straight into this explainer. Today, we're uncovering exactly what Cambridge senior examiners are desperately looking for when you tackle series and arithmetic progressions. Look, if you're sitting the AS and A-level mathematics 9709 papers, you already know these questions can feel like an absolute marathon. And just like a marathon, it's all about pacing yourself and managing your energy for the long exam haul. Now, I want you to picture two types of students taking this exam. First, we have Alex. Alex overloads his brain with raw mathematical facts and formulas, but offers zero actual analysis. Then we have Sam. Sam rushes through the paper, panics against the clock, and completely misses the specific command word requirements of the question. Both Alex and Sam are working incredibly hard, but they're both losing critical marks. Today, we are looking at the exact strategies to completely change how you approach these progressions so you don't make their mistakes.
Now, what's really fascinating about this statement from the examiners is that despite knowing all the core formulas inside and out, candidates continuously fall into the exact same hidden traps year after year. You might have memorized the nth term and the sum formulas perfectly, just like Alex did, but raw calculation alone won't secure you those top-tier marks. The examiners have noticed a very clear, very frustrating pattern in how easy marks just slip away from otherwise well-prepared students. We are going to plug those leaks right now.
Here is our masterclass roadmap for today. We'll be hitting the hidden mark trap, mastering core principles, the procedural framework, critical examiner insights, and wrapping up with the final strategy.
Let's move into Section 1, the hidden mark trap, and look at exactly why those easy marks disappear.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that you must treat your math exam as a process of evidence-based reasoning. You need to employ what examiners call the method mark strategy. Look, if you just write down the final answer for a sequence, even if it's 100% correct, you are literally leaving points on the table. The examiner needs to see the exact algebraic steps, like how you substituted your A and D values, that got you to that final number. If you act like Alex and just jump to the finish line, the examiner has no proof of your methodology. Before we continue, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at AceTheExams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon right now.
When we crack open the principal examiner reports, they highlight these 3 specific errors that repeatedly cost students easy marks on their progressions. First, forgetting proper mathematical format. Second, failing to double-check that format and your overall presentation. This happens all the time when students rush, just like Sam. And third, and honestly, this is a massive one, providing generic answers that just aren't specific to the given context. We'll dig much deeper into that last one shortly because it is an absolute score killer.
Moving right into our second phase, mastering core principles, where we go way beyond just memorizing formulas.
This brilliantly illustrates the difference between an average paper and a top-tier paper. Examiners explicitly note that candidates who use cross-topic integration achieve significantly higher marks. Isolated knowledge means viewing arithmetic progressions in a total vacuum. It's just numbers on a page. But cross-topic integration? That means recognizing relationships. It's linking an arithmetic series to a simultaneous equation to find your first term and common difference. Or maybe it's tying the progression into a quadratic optimization problem. That right there is what demonstrates true mathematical architecture to the examiner.
To effectively bridge these topics and lock them in under extreme exam pressure, try this memory hack. Use a visual story method. Instead of just memorizing letters and symbols, visualize the physical progression. Imagine adding sequential steps to a giant staircase. Every step is your common difference. By visually encoding the logic, when that exam anxiety hits and the timer is ticking down, your brain can effortlessly recall the sequence of operations without panicking.
Now let's break down the technical methodology in Section 3, the procedural framework, using our 5-step execution sequence.
Every single time you face a complex progression problem, you need to strictly follow this 5-step sequence. Doing this guarantees you capture those essential method marks. Step 1. Identify the key elements in the text, like picking out your first term and your common difference. Step 2. Apply the relevant formulas. Step 3. Execute your analysis with absolute clarity in your algebraic working out. Don't skip lines. Step 4. Verify your results. Does the number actually make sense? And Step 5. Present the final answer in the appropriate format. Stop scrolling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel Ace the Exams, at AceTheExams_IGCS to excel in your Cambridge examinations. We've helped thousands of students improve by 2-3 grade boundaries. Join them right now by subscribing to at AceTheExams_IGCS and turn on all notifications so you never miss our weekly exam strategy sessions.
Let's transition into Section 4,
Critical Examiner Insights, and see how you can elevate your evaluative thinking. As you can clearly see in this framework, to hit the highest marks, you've got to move beyond just describing data. Descriptive answers simply identify the basic elements. Analytical answers take a step up and interpret the mathematical relationships. But evaluative thinking, that top tier right there, requires you to look at your final number, question its real-world validity, and justify your decisions with hard mathematical proof. Think of it like using the PEL framework: point, evidence, explanation, link, but for math. Make your point about the progression, use your algebra as the evidence, explain how it solves the context, and link it right back to the question's specific command word. When you are asked to compare two different series or evaluate alternative approaches, top-scoring candidates always hit these 4 essential benchmarks. First, you absolutely must identify algebraic similarities and differences. Second, utilize comparative connectives in your explanations, words like whereas or conversely. Third, support every single comparison with hard numerical evidence from your working. And fourth, draw a clear mathematical conclusion about which progression yields the correct result for the scenario.
We've reached our final section, the final strategy, where we bring it all together to secure that top score.
If you only take away one single thing from this entire explainer, it absolutely needs to be understanding the #1 classic mistake students make on these papers. It's a trap that catches even the most mathematically gifted candidates totally off guard.
And here it is, the examiner alert is loud and clear, providing generic, isolated answers. Never do this. Always solve for the exact context provided in the question. If the arithmetic progression is about a real-world scenario, say a company's profits over 10 years, or a marathon runner's training distances leading up to race day, your final answer must explicitly link back to that specific scenario. Do not just hand the examiner a raw, naked number. Tell them exactly what that number represents in the real world. Before you put your pen down and finish a question, you need to run through this strict mental checklist. Check that you've used proper mathematical headings in correct terminology. Verify your formatting in units, and make sure your working steps are clearly annotated. This ties perfectly into your time management matrix. You need to pace yourself throughout the exam so you actually have those few precious minutes left to double-check these conventions, because professional presentation matters immensely to the examiner.
I'll leave you with this provocative thought to really challenge your exam preparation. Are your arithmetic progressions just solving a formula on a piece of paper, or are you truly solving the context of the question? Next time you sit down with a past paper, remember everything we discussed today. Focus on the procedural process, integrate your concepts, and always solve for context. Students who implement these mathematics strategies see an average improvement of 2 grade boundaries, but only if they practice consistently with our weekly videos. Here's your final reminder. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Subscribe right now to at acetheexams_IGCSE and click that bell. Don't let another exam pass you by. Drop a comment below with your target grade for mathematics and the biggest challenge you're facing. Our team responds to every comment. Like and share this video with a study partner. Ace the Exams, your Cambridge success starts here.